Hi, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of Speak Up with Moupriya. In today's episode, I am here to share a very personal story with all of you. One that brings a lot of mixed emotion along with it whenever I think about it, even after so many years. It has a little bit of joy, it has a lot of embarrassment, and even a touch of sadness. You all have demanded so many times for me to share stories with all of you, and therefore, I am here to start with this very personal story because somewhere I feel we have a lot in common. Even though it was quite a few years ago, but I feel there is a lot of common fears that all of us have dealt with or are still dealing with from time to time. And I think from this story of mine, you will find something similar to resonate with and to take action and work on. Before I get on with my story, for all of you who are watching me for the first time, hi guys, my name is Moupriya. I am a communication coach and a soft skills trainer. I'm also a TEFL certified spoken English trainer and a certified life coach. And on this channel, Speak Up with Moupriya, I not only help you with spoken English skills, but also I try and empower you with the right kind of soft skills, communication skills that can actually help you shine in your personal as well as professional relationships. So, if you like the content of this channel, consider subscribing and along with that, share it with your friends and family so that they can also benefit from these videos. All right, so it's time for us to dive down the memory lane and hear out my story. It takes me back to my 12th standard. Back in 2006, I was the house captain of the Yellow House. All throughout the year, we all had together as the Yellow House worked so hard through all the competitions, the quizzes, and even the functions. We all put in so much of effort. On the very last day of the academic year, during our annual sports tournament, the overall winning house was supposed to be announced. We all were so excited to know who had actually won and is going to get the trophy. And when the results came in, to my absolute surprise and utter joy, it was the Yellow House. We won. I was absolutely delighted and on cloud nine, and so were all my house members. During the prize distribution, I went up to the podium for the first time in my life and I received the trophy of the winning house proudly. It was such a happy moment of my life. I can't explain that to you in words because that was my first win as a leader. And that was my first experience as a leader. Then came the most embarrassing part. We were called to deliver a speech. Now, I was good in English. It was an English medium school. However, good was on paper, which means I always scored over 80% in my exams in the English subjects. However, impromptu speaking, that too a speech, that was a whole different ball game altogether. And I feel so embarrassed, but all I could manage that day was I am so happy. Thank you to my teachers and congratulations to the entire Yellow House. That was it. You know what? Even today, when I think of that day, I feel that pang of shame, and along with that, a lot of embarrassment. As their leader, my house members must have expected more out of me, isn't it? My teachers must have expected a better speech from their English scoring student. Honestly, I still feel very bad about it. For a long time after that, I felt very self conscious and even uncomfortable in social gatherings. Even on our farewell day, I was hardly able to say anything and I refused to go up to the stage to even say something because that moment of embarrassment during the sports ceremony was still in my mind and it took away all my confidence. You all must be wondering now, how did a shy, timid girl who was good in English on paper but terrible at speaking begin to transform? How is she running Speak Up with Moupriya today? And how is she training people over the last 12 years? The real turning point in my life came when I joined IIHM or International Institute of Hotel Management in Kolkata for graduation. Initially, I was still too shy and timid, but 1 month in my college, and I realized one thing: this shy and timid nature is not going to work for me. Hospitality is all about communication, connection, and expressing yourself. So I told myself, Moupriya, there is no way you can hide when you are in this field. We also had many inspiring speakers who visited our college during the first month. Honestly, their talks really motivated me and inspired me. There was a lot to learn from their speeches. I started talking to my seniors, I started observing them, and it became crystal clear to me that life won't work by keeping quiet, by hiding behind others, or by keeping my opinions to myself. If I didn't speak up, if I didn't express myself, it will be me who is going to be left behind. Everyone else would go far and beyond. And then, of course, there was one of my professors, Shubir sir. He impacted me a lot to work on my communication skills. He was a great speaker, a wonderful communicator, and a brilliant connector as well. When he spoke, people listened. He had this incredible ability to make complex topics appear simple and lucid. It was from him that I learned one of the most important lessons. Simplicity is the key to building great rapport with people. That insight truly stuck with me, to be honest. In my first year of college, I actually gave myself a massive goal. I would do my industrial training from the Oberoi Rajvilas, Jaipur. Why massive? Because everyone said it was one of the toughest properties to crack an interview through, and they took only a couple of trainees for industrial training. It was a dream opportunity. But honestly, it seemed almost impossible for someone like me, given my history, to get selected out of 250 people in my batch who might appear for the interview. However, I never spoke negative to myself. I gave myself 6 months, serious 6 months, to prepare and then appear for the interviews. And let me tell you this, that was when I consciously and seriously started working on myself consistently. This wasn't just about grammar anymore. It was about genuine confidence building and active exposure. I started putting myself into situations that were way out of my comfort zone. Speaking in front of people in the morning assembly, giving class presentations, and even leading small tasks in our food fests. Trust me, each time I had to face people, my heart would pound and my palms would get all sweaty. But I talked to myself and I pushed through each of those situations. Each of those uncomfortable moments was a tiny step towards moving forward. And then came the interviews. Our total batch strength was 250, out of which 150 students registered for the Oberoi Rajvilas interview. And only three were selected. One for the summer batch and two for the winter batch. There were three rigorous rounds of interview. It started with a group discussion and a personal interview, and then the final round happened in Jaipur at the hotel with the general manager at that time, Mrs. Suritz. And you must be wondering what happened to my efforts and what happened in the interview. Well, the one trainee who got selected for the summer batch, that was me. It was truly one of the proudest moments of my life. We were honestly facing a lot of financial hardships at that time, but my dad somehow managed to get us two tickets to Jaipur from Howrah for the final interview with the GM. It was so hot, he waited the entire day outside the hotel just for the results. And when I finally came out after 6 hours and told him that I was selected and I was the only one selected for the summer batch, the pride and the joy in his eyes was truly priceless. It wasn't just my achievement, it was our achievement. But even then, don't think that I had become a pro in those 6 months. No, I just worked incredibly hard and did better than the others. That's it. My efforts were rewarded. But the real journey of truly finding my voice actually began after that. At Rajvilas, once I joined, about 80% of the guests were foreigners. This was my first true immersive experience with different English accents and, of course, diverse communication styles. And for the first time, English on paper wasn't just insufficient, It was actually holding me back from making true connections with people. And again, it was time for me to actively start working on myself. I actively started immersing myself into English. I started watching Hollywood movies to understand different accents and to pick up cultural nuances. I started reading more English books because reading is something that I have always enjoyed. I started writing more. Every day I would come back from a 12, 13-hour shift from the hotel and I would write down in my diary, how was that day? What did I learn? I also started to push myself to initiate conversations with my colleagues at the hotel and also with the guests. It was challenging. It was sometimes really awkward. But when I was able to do it, it was incredibly exhilarating. By the end of college in 2009, I had a profound realization that had a direct impact on the quality of my life. The only way to grow as a person is to gain more experience, accumulate as much knowledge as you can out of everything, and build true connections with people. It wasn't just about speaking English anymore for me. It was about living a fuller and richer life by engaging with the world around me. Since then, I always focused on building genuine connections with people. Even when I was in my corporate jobs and I had to talk to clients in the UK, in the US, I always made an effort to build a bond. I would genuinely ask them how they were, empathize with their situations, and do my best to bring a smile on their face. A lot of these qualities actually I honed during my corporate trainings. In my early days of job, when I had to attend these trainings before I went live on floor, which further reinforced the immense power of empathetic connection beyond just a language. My journey has always been about hard work and self motivation. Because, as I always say, shortcuts only cut your life short. There are no magic pills for genuine growth. Even today, I make it a point to learn something new every single day from whoever that I am interacting with, irrespective of their background or their age. Why? Because learning is growing. This continuous effort that I put in on improving my communication skills hasn't just been about English. English is just the medium. It has actually truly worked wonders in my personal relationships and even my work relationships. Even today, when I am working as an independent coach, I am so happy that I have built some wonderful bonds with my students who are not even in training with me for over a year now. But they still cherish the relationship that we built. And even I cherish all the support and the love that I get from them. The focus on communication and relationship building truly has improved the overall quality of my life. So it's about how you connect, how you express, and how you engage with the world around you. So, from that embarrassing moment during the sports ceremony in 12th standard to confidently speaking to people from all walks of my life and interacting with you all every single day through Speak Up with Moupriya, from my journey, I can truly tell you guys that the power of consistent effort and the courage to step out of your comfort zone is truly something that can change your life. And if I can do it, so can you. Your voice matters, trust me. Your confidence can grow. Your thoughts can be better. Your knowledge can improve. And your relationships with people, your quality of life can absolutely transform you through better communication. If my story resonated from you, and you feel that even though you know the English language, but you are not confident to speak up your feelings, your ideas, express your thoughts to people, you are often misunderstood, or people don't even get to hear your ideas, today is the day that you start taking action. Today is the day that you promise yourself that in the remaining 6 months of 2025, you are going to transform yourself. And to help you with that, I am ready to support you with a special offer. Till now, my professional course, where I helped you with communication, English, fluency, confidence building, and soft skills, was a comprehensive course that was priced at a little higher side at 15,000 for the entire course. And a lot of you requested me that it is getting too much for us, or we are not able to afford this entire amount. So, for all of you who want to work on your communication skills, who want to build your confidence, and who want to work on your overall language skills, I have come up with something that can suit each one of your budget, and I would also want to help you in getting better at communication. So, if you are interested in one on one coaching and guidance to change your life and change the way you communicate with people, read the description box, or you can see my number over here. Just send me a message on WhatsApp and I would share all the details with you. Also, if you are looking for self learning and you want some guidance on how to do your self learning, then my WhatsApp community welcomes you with open arms. It is just 250 rupees a month, and you get daily topics, daily words, daily quiz, time with me, group discussions with me from time to time, and of course, plenty of co learners who are serious about learning the language to learn with. So even to join the WhatsApp community, you can use the same number, WhatsApp me, and I will share the details with you. All right, so now it's time for me to wrap up today's session. However, you all let me know in the comment section what is one thing that you have learned from my journey. And I am going to see you all tomorrow with another video. Till then, you guys take care of yourself. Bye.